What's up, guys? Welcome back to Flashback Friday. And every single Friday, I drop a video on a clip of the past. Okay. Today, I am going to be discussing something. So sometimes you'll see me discuss things, sometimes you'll see flashback videos. It just all depends on what is on the agenda for that Friday. Today, I want to speak to my students. Not only just any students, particularly the student athletes, okay? Now, if you're just a regular student, this video is for you too. So don't click off, be like, oh, I ain't a student athlete, so bye. No, we ain't on that, okay? This is for you too. I want to tell you guys about a time that one decision made me spiral out of control, okay? So, long story short, this girl got into it with one of my friends. She wants to try to bully her. Me and her already had beef. So I message her. I'm like, how you going to try to bully her? But when I come at you, it's a different story. Like, what's up? So she's like, if you try and fight, then let's fight. So I'm like, I'm at basketball practice, but you could definitely pull up. Like, pull up. So she ends up pulling up. I hope this lawnmower ain't messing up my video, okay? She ends up pulling up. I leave practice. She's outside waiting by my car. Okay, first off, that's disrespectful. Don't do that. So we end up driving like 5 minutes away. I thought that since I was off school grounds, that I was in the safe. But I'm here to tell you that don't save you. Especially when you got great opportunities ahead, especially when you got people that's working behind the scenes to try to get you into different positions, that don't help. Being off school grounds don't help. Being off school grounds actually shows the character that you show and demonstrate behind closed doors. Being off school grounds actually shows your integrity and the things that you value as a person. So that's what I had to realize. But I didn't know that. So I'm thinking off school grounds, I'm good. We end up fighting. I send the video and tell my coach. I send the video to my coach and I tell him. Because I didn't want anybody else to tell him because I knew that it was about to go around the school. There was too many videos. People was posting it on social media, all this other stuff. So I was like, yeah, let me just tell him before it gets to him. And then now it's a whole nother issue, right? So I tell him, needless to say, he benches me. Me and everyone else that he saw in the video, he benches us. Not for one game, not for 2 games, but for 3 games. So I'm here still trying to reach my 1,000 points. I wasn't there yet at that point. After those 3 games, I think I only had like 3 games left. So I basically had to ball out to get to my 1,000 points because I wasn't there yet. And once I told him, he was heated, needless to say. And one of the coaches that was trying to scout me called him up and was like, where's Michale? Like, she hasn't played for the last 3 games, blah, blah, blah. He tells her. Okay. Of course, I knew he was going to tell her, but I was like, dude, why would you do that? Why? As a result, the coach was like, absolutely not. We don't condone in that type of behavior. That's not a part of our core values. What? She gets upset, she's going to go and fight any and everybody? Like, it was just a mess, right? So I want to stop the story here because one decision not only changed my future and the outcomes that was coming up next that I worked hard for, but it also made me look like somebody that I really wasn't. All because I needed something to take my anger out on. I needed somebody to take my anger out on. And since I didn't have an outlet, I went to go find one. Now, the girl, me and her already was beefing because she was talking stuff, trying to mess around with my boyfriend, like all this other stuff. So me and her already had beef. That's not a legitimate reason to try to fight somebody. But hey, I was 18. So it is what it is at that point. But when you know better, you do better. So at that time, I didn't know better. So if you're watching this video, you now know better so you can do better, okay? And all of that was going on during a transitionary time in my life that made it was even more challenging. So I started to question who I was even more. I started to fall out with other people. They didn't know why. I didn't know why. I was spiraling just out of control. Within 2.5 months, I was pregnant. Now, was it because of the missed opportunity, or was it because I was doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing? Was it because I was trying to find another outlet? I still don't have the answer to that. But all I know is that 2 months later, I was pregnant. So moving forward, all other opportunities that was on the table that wasn't, they're gone. No more basketball or no more WNBA goals. That is done for me. And I had to realize, and I'm just now realizing this, 8 years later, just now realizing this, I had to realize that when I let my emotions determine my actions, it's never going to end well when I don't know how to self-regulate. So I had to start being more mindful of how to self-regulate my emotions so that in those moments, I don't just explode. I don't just look for things to take my anger out on. I look within myself, I calm myself down, and I process it. So it's a 4-step system. I stop. It's called save, okay? I'm going to teach you how to save your future. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing. Stop whatever thoughts you're having. Just stop. The A is assess. Assess what is going on. Don't just actively respond in the heat of the moment. Assess. Do I need to respond this way, or can I respond a different way? Do I need to protect myself, or can I take a step back and just explain why I feel the way that I feel? Assess the situation. Then 3, the V, be vulnerable. It is so important that after you assess the situation, if you still don't know what to do, be vulnerable and share whatever you're going through with someone else, whether it's a friend, a family, an adult member, someone that is going to lead you down the right path, not just anybody that's going to feed in. Because I had some friends that I could have just called up and would have been like, hey, what should I do? And they like, go beat her up. Or I could have called somebody else and be like, hey, what should I do? And they would have been like, okay, I need you to really think about what's going on right now. Is it worth your future? Those are the people that I need you to be vulnerable with and call. Once you're vulnerable, you can then step into a stage of energy, okay? This is where I need you to cultivate all of that energy, whether it's anger, whether it's frustration, whether it's sadness, whatever it is, cultivate that energy. Transmute it into something positive. So you say, okay, I stopped. I assessed the situation. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I want to punch somebody. I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to tell a loved one or someone that is going to tell me the right things to do. And then I'm going to use that energy to transmute it into something positive so that when I do respond, I am responding from a positive place of purity, okay? That is how you save your future. So next time you're faced with a troubling situation, don't go off of your first thought, your second thought, your third thought. Don't just respond. Stop, assess, Be vulnerable and express your energy in a cultivate and then express your energy in a positive way. And I guarantee that you will have a better outcome and result. So that's all I got for you guys today. Peace.